physical health, mental health, emotional health. Three things are there. And these three constitute the core aspect of health. When it's not there, you do not have focus. So when health is not there, focus is not there. When focus is not there, a manifestation is not there. Manifestation requires focused intention and coherence.
A lot I've seen change where it's helped me find answers that who am I, what am I destined for, and then the way I've headed now. The last couple of years I'm independently employed. I find a lot of joy.
The very first day, it's kind of like, my life changed for the best, better, and miraculous.
With this practice, I could see that I was aware of it and gave pause, and I was able to focus on what I really want, both in personal and professional. And I was just enjoying that. Another part is like connecting to that field, right? That gave me a lot of confidence, felt worthy of things.
After I came into meditation, my waking up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock has stopped. I would get up with a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety.
On the top of this, now that I've added meditation, I am in a state of bliss, I feel.
By attending these sessions, I'm really able to understand between the vices and the virtues.
The calmness of just sitting in meditation, it makes me feel very, very nice.
I used to get migraines. Out of nowhere, I get sharp headache. So because I have the luxury of working from home, so I take like 15-minute break and put the track. It's a miracle. It is doing wonders to me.
Meditation made me very calm and cool, and day by day sleep also little lesser now. And I used to eat foods several times. Now that also reduced because of the meditation.
It really brings a positivity and really changes your mind, shapes your mind in such a way that you only think in a positive way.
With the practice of meditation, we could see amazing response within 6 days. The conflicts between the colleagues are getting resolved, and sister doctor conflicts are going away. By just becoming aware of what's going on in the subconscious mind.
So the sleep quality has improved, the sleep pattern has also improved. I am able to utilize that late night time with children for their studies.
Some past trauma and always blaming others. Now I am feeling calmer, and I can say I am growing towards better path.
Whenever there are challenges, I am getting aware of it, and I'm taking actions. I mean, it's very simple, very happy and contented, like that is what is happening.
Every time I used to gulp a lot. Now at least I'm observing and taking having mindfulness eating, and few other steps are taken.
Analytical mind, I could just break it, and I could see myself go beyond what expectations or walls that I kind of put on myself.
Being in the state of anger is also something which I have accepted and which is not disturbing me. Otherwise, it would have made my entire day and night into a hell. So that is one very good benefit of this program, I would say.
After doing meditation a couple of months, I see gradual improvement in both physical level, mental level, and also the spiritual level also.
Consistently doing it, and I'm seeing lots and lots of changes in me, and like small miracles every day happening to me.
A lot of positivity, and I started aiming high in terms of goal personally and professionally, more responsible towards the society and the people to whom I can help out.
Very good morning, friends. Happy evening and afternoon. Welcome to day 17, which is a manifestation week. And good to see you all here today. I am Lata. I live in Albany, New York, and this week I will be your host. And I have been doing this meditation now from few years, almost 4 years, and I saw tremendous changes in my life after I started doing meditation. And I've been connected to Buddha CEO after I started my meditation within 6 months. And when I joined this 40-day session initially, I felt like this is really wonderful session and which I really needed. And the way that Chandra sir explained the things and the scientific way of explanation gives me more understanding, and I able to improve myself in meditation, friends. And I do see a lot of changes physically, mentally, and emotionally. All the changes, like, positivity, miraculous. The first thing I have learned through meditation is accepting things. Acceptance. I learned the importance of acceptance. Accepting everything, everyone as is very important. That's what the first thing I have learned through this meditation. After I learned that one and I started applying whatever I have learned through the meditation, and once I started accepting things and people and everything, I saw a lot of changes around me. I mean, I feel everything is so beautiful, so wonderful, and so pleasant, peaceful. I can sense everything when I started accepting things. Then I learned the 4 agreements in the 40-day session. Chandra sir explained very well about those 4 agreements, and when I started taking those 4 agreements and applying in my life, like in my work life or in my family life, it helped out more and more, and I feel so happy all the time. I keep smiling by myself. There need not to be any special thing to smile for me now. I just smile for everything, and if I see any person, even though I don't know, I'll just say hi by smiling, and the relationships changed a lot with that, because I am accepting things and I am applying what I have learned in this meditation sessions, friends. And this is really positivity, and the positivity that I learned is really helping in my work environment as well as at home with my children and everywhere. This is really wonderful, and thank you so much for the great opportunity, Chandra sir. And I would like to you to take over, please. Thank you, thank you.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. What's common? I'm going to say a few names. Virat Kohli, Jim Carrey, Serena Williams, Oprah Winfrey, or actors like Priyanka Chopra. There's something common. Sachin Tendulkar, the swimmer who world record holder Michael Phelps has got so many golds that he held. One thing common to all of them is visualization. They power themselves with visualization of a future. Of course, they're famous, they're disciplined, or whatever, I don't know. But there are sufficient reports about they applying these concepts of manifestation in their life regularly. If you go and search Virat Kohli, you will find in YouTube Virat Kohli and visualization, you will find videos. He's talking about it very, very in detail. How it's helping him. How he's priming his subconscious when he visualizes a future. Because visualization and dreaming, as we talked about yesterday, is is one of the 5 sutras. How many of you remember the 5 sutras? The 5 sutras that I spoke about yesterday. A manifestation is at 5 sutras. You can put it in the chat, even one of them. We said focus is important. We said then be open to possibility. Anything can happen anytime. So why unnecessarily conclude saying something is not going to happen? It doesn't help. Even the situation is in front of you that is not happening. You say, oh, it's not going to happen this year or this month. That doesn't help. So why conclude unnecessarily? You know, take an action, take an action. Because it may not happen, so you want to do some other path, do it, but then do not conclude and say this won't happen. Openness to possibility, it's called. Be very focused, so have this all good physical, mental, emotional health. We already covered that whole this week. I mean, last week, week 2. How meditation brings strong physical health, mental health. Emotional health, we're going to talk about next week. But meditation will bring that automatically. So we start becoming focused. People have told already that they're more focused. Second thing, developing that openness, developing that awareness so that we just don't unnecessarily conclude. You went for a donation, somebody told you no donation this year. We don't conclude and say they're not going to give this year. Who knows? They can change their thought, mind. And so then be very open. Your mentor said no time. Be open. Who knows? Maybe they'll come. Somebody invited for a business meeting or no, for a chief guest. They said no. If you're open, at least allow the possibility that they come back later and say, okay, I freed up and I'll come again. The third thing then is in this is visualization. We said visualization. Visualizing a future ahead of the time. And then we said reprogramming beliefs as a fourth one, which are false truths that are sitting inside of us, which we don't know how to handle. And then we think that they're true. And so we operate our life through that by constantly projecting the negative reality through the belief system. And then acceptance and expressing gratitude is the 5th sutra. So we're going to cover into the detail of some of these this week. And so today we'll go through and understand what is this visualization. You know, how can I practice visualization to build a better future for myself? We all do at some point in our life, knowingly or unknowingly, but we give a construct to it, understand this concept, and see how it's helping our subconscious to take more responsibility for our future when you visualize. That's what you do. You're taking care of you're helping yourself by letting your beautiful function of your body, which is the brain and the subconscious mind, to act for you when you visualize and then record things that are important for you. So let's go into the meditation first, dear friends, and come back after meditation. We know this concept a little more. This week we are going to be understanding the concepts. My job is to give you a little bit of concept. It cannot be the whole detail here. New concepts, we're given sufficient number of books, so put them together and then you will have beautiful answers about how to do these things. But give enough detail, enough understanding, so if you want to set out yourself on a path, you can still do if you're sincere. So relax yourself first, dear friends. Let's go to do the meditation once again. We're practicing breath meditation. Our goal is to rest the mind. We rest the mind, empty the mind of thoughts, so we are cultivating the mind significantly. We're removing weeds and weeds and weeds, an everyday affair. A gardener knows it's a regular affair to remove the weeds because they keep getting formed no matter what. That's the nature of reality. So we have these thoughts that keep getting formed because we are in this environment where we are, of course, and that environment is constantly polluting with ideas and information. So we need to keep removing the weeds of the negative thinking. Our thoughts are not serving us, and so we meditate regularly, resting our attention on our breath with our eyes closed is the technique, right? And so we do this, as you see in the picture. As seen in the picture, sit down comfortably with our eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands rested in your lap. Close your eyes Remove the spectacles or glasses and observe the breath. When you observe the breath, mind becomes slowly less of thought, goes to empty states. Be there in the state of emptiness, observing, witnessing whatever happens. In case you have thoughts and you know thoughts are coming, go back to observing the breath again and again. Go into the empty states called breath meditation. We're spending maximum time here in this process in our meditation every day. We're doing for about 40 minutes. Welcome to anyone who's new here. And before we do this process, we do a 5 minutes of heart elevation process. Just follow my guidance for this, friends. This process helps to go into deeper breath meditation states. And so we do heart elevation process for a few minutes in the beginning and then go into breath meditation. So relax yourself, sit comfortably with your eyes closed. You'll have guidance throughout so you can easily follow as a guide during the meditation practice. With your eyes closed, relax yourself. Dear friends, dear masters, with specs removed, eyes closed, with your hands over your chest area and resting your attention on your loving heart. Take a slow, relaxing breath and feel your heart center. Feel the seed of all emotions. Nurturing all life. With its energies of compassion, kindness, gratitude. Recollect an experience from your past, or simply imagine yourself experiencing something that moves you into a higher emotion. Touch a flower, hug a tree, play with a child. Serving and helping somebody who is in need. Whatever that may be, dear friend, that moves you into a higher emotion, imagine and feel that energy. the more you experience this energy of love, of joy, the more coherent you become, the more you go into acceptance of things. The more connected you become. And allow yourself to direct this energy onto everything and everyone on this planet to help them heal. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Relive that moment and radiate that energy. And slowly, let's go into breath-mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Going into powerful group meditation. normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, they are friends. When you observe your breath, the mind becomes less and less of thought. You experience greater calmness inside of you, all around you. become aware of the emptiness inside of you, all around you, as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy, the field limitless possibilities. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that energy, the more the longer you stay aware of this emptiness, this energy, the more focused you become, the more coherent you become. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath. Merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self. The longer you stay aware, This is your divine self, this greater mind. Everybody and everything is connected in this field of energy. The more you stay aware of this emptiness, nothingness, emerging to this energy, the more connected you become. The more one you become. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be experiencing this life at this time of history. Can you express gratitude? To all things and everyone. Your gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, to your family, friends, colleagues. gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the system, the company, the governments, and to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoy the session. Our everyday practice for removing everyday weeds. This is required. Everyday practice is for developing that everyday energy. That energy that is there every day. We build energy. Just like we're eating food, we're energizing our energy body. 4 energy bodies, 1 physical body. So beautiful. So let me, Gauri Tate raised hand. Okay. Let's take one questioner sharing before we go to the visualization session. Yes, madam. Would like to share a question. Gauri ji, can you unmute yourself? Okay, friends. Setting goals and visualizing. This is a very important process as part of manifestation. Now, if you're doing any process, that process is not in meditation, number 1. Meditation means emptying the mind. And so there cannot be any process in that emptying the mind. Gratitude is a process of mind. It cannot be in the meditation. It has to be outside. Visualization is a process of the mind. It has to be outside. So like that, any of these processes that we're talking about are not in your meditation, they are out of meditation. Right? Whatever it takes to focus. We're saying meditation help you to develop automatic focus. But if you have other techniques to focus, but they have to be done outside the meditation. Right? Emptying the mind to be with the field is fundamental, is a basis for developing all these processes of manifestation, right? So now, just to recap, the 5 sutras: develop focus on one-point mindedness, develop openness to possibilities, visualize your future, reprogram beliefs, and acceptance and expressing gratitude. Now, one thing common to all of them, if I ask you, if you want to develop all of them greatly into your life, what is common to all of them? You know many of these, but you're not able to do because what? Many times, of course, some people do not know, but then once you know, we're still not able to do because what? Because lack of awareness. We know it, but we can't apply it because it doesn't come. Instead, the awareness is not there. So we are carried away by our subconscious programs in a situation we forget. The more awareness you build, the more you apply the concepts. And what gives us plenty of awareness? Meditation. We may have awareness, we don't have willpower to drive, to do. I would like to do a thing I want to do, but then when it comes to sitting down to meditate or sitting down to visualization, and the willpower is not there, so something is not helping me to do, I get distracted, go away. And I feel bad. Why is it not happening to me? The willpower. Willpower is a function of regular meditation. And so it is a catch-22. By the beginning of developing willpower is to know that I want to do, but I'm not able to do. Just knowing that. And then so wanting to go back to do again and again and again will move us into doing it. The more you do something that you thought of doing, let's say morning 6 o'clock, you want to get up and then do it. And then the more you do it, the more willpower you're developing. Things that are you thought difficult are implementing regularly, it develops a lot of willpower. Of course, in our meditation, every day being inspired by the wholeness of being one with the field. It is imbibing the qualities of what that field is. The field is infinite will, field is infinite clarity, field is infinite energy. And so then we slowly and slowly and slowly, surely, we develop those aspects. For those are regular meditators. So visualizing the future is a focus. Developing one-point mindedness and focus is happening, we said, through whatever that we talked about last week. Develop openness to possibilities. Understood the subject earlier yesterday, day before yesterday, 5 for the quantum field. Infinite possibilities. An electron can show up anywhere. And so then there are 1,000 infinite ways to think, and so infinite ways things can happen. Because an observation brings a possibility into reality. And so then you know the concept, now you experiment it, slowly, the openness starts getting developed. You thought something impossible, but suddenly it happens. And with your meditative practices, then you start developing and say, oh yeah, so I thought about it happening. So maybe I should just be more open about it. And so slowly develops. It's iterative process, develops. Once you understand the science of it, and then you experiment with it, you will develop that openness. It comes over a period of time. But visualizing the future, setting goals and visualizing the future, there is a third step that we call it. Set clear goals to stay focused and develop vision boards and goals that are unambiguous. That means they're measurable. Meditation gives clarity for goals. Why do we need what we need? We need to have clarity. If there's no clarity and simply are trying to set up something and say, yes, I want to earn some 5 crores. Okay, but do you have clarity? Just asking for things. Everybody tells me how to settle down my life, so I need a partner. Are you sure? Do you have clarity of why do you even need to get into a partnership? That I have relationships, what is it for? Just because my mom told me or people are telling me this is a good thing to do it. If you have clarity, then you can go into the thought of it. You can go into explore what that new life is like. That's all it is. Just so that you have clarity, you know what it is like. I'd like to travel to Southeastern countries. Okay, fine. So, but what do you want to do there? Just because friends went and came back and said, hey, our abroad trip is so good. Okay, I also want to go. But gain some clarity. What do you want to do? You want to meditate? You want to see some beautiful waterfalls? You want to spend some time with animals? What do you want to do as a clarity of why you want to take up the travel? You want to interact and then know more about cultures, more about cooking? Or you simply have seen those 5 things that are amazingly beautiful out there, and then simply are inspired by those that views of those, and you want to just be there. So when one is to set goals to stay focused, and then for that we are saying develop vision board. Second is to visualize the future experience as if the goals have already happened. The two aspects here: setting goals, and second is visualizing, so that you can reprogram the subconscious mind with the new programs like what your future is like, and so that it keeps projecting for you. 90% of our life is operated through our subconscious programs. So how about putting a program that is going to work for you, a program of your future? You have that business growth, that establishing a large company, many leadership, they dreamt startups succeed many a times because you have visionary founder. Use the word visionary founder because the founder is visioning, is in future, is dreaming. He's saying, how do I get this large client where my software is running, my products are there used by this client everywhere, hundreds and thousands of employees are using it, and they think about the dream about because that's the vision. So they're going into the future and visualize with focus, and so they succeed. At least they have a chance to succeed. Our thoughts in the mind are negative many a times. Our subconscious programs are limiting many a times. And so we need to change them. So 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day, many are repetitive as previous day, and then many are negative. And when you keep repeating the same thought over and over, it's strengthening the memory connection, and the memory connection becomes stronger. And neuroscience principle says, cells that fire together wire together. That means whatever you repeat is becoming stronger in your brain. So if you're repeating how you will fail, you're repeating how the relationship is not going to work again and again, you're making that stronger. So brain is working in your favor of whatever that you're repeating is make it easy for you. So you don't have to repeat it, it'll automatically project for you. That's how this whole brain is created. So that you have an experience of things that are not essential things. I mean, the reason the repetition driving us to go into a future is that there are several non-essential things that need not be applied thought over and over, so they can happen pretty quickly for us. And the conscious mind is given, which should be operated actively, consciously, willfully, so that we can create a new experience that we want. Only humans are given a conscious mind. The mind that can learn, that can imagine, that can visualize, that can cognitively analyze and think about what is right and not right, and then take an appropriate step that is given to us. So repeated thoughts strengthen the memory connections and become stronger. So if I have a lot of negative thought, then that becomes stronger, that projects for me. Cells that fire together, wire together. Because the idea is that our neurons, all our memory is when you fire, when you learn something, the neurons in the brain, some area of different parts of the brain, now come together, they fire electrical pulses, and then they form connection between them called synaptic connections to store that information. When you learn, some connections are formed. Electrical pulses are fired between neurons and they form a connection there. Synaptic connection is called. Then that memory is stored. You fire it again, more connections are formed. Fire it again, meaning you learn again, repeat again, more is formed. If you notice this program, we keep driving a few things. Meditation for awareness, thoughts create reality. So the more times you sort of fire and remember this, the more times it's becoming stronger. So by the time you finish the program, you got a program that is operating for you because it becomes stronger for you. And so the neuroscience principle is that if you do things for 3 weeks and longer, I mean, these are not exactly hard and cast in stone, but the 3 weeks and longer, if you repeat things regularly, then it becomes a stronger memory in your circuit. So that means it stays for longer time as a memory. Thank God now our teachers, especially math teachers, who made us, memorize those tables. But today we are the beneficiaries. You don't stumble when you say what is 7 into 8. It just comes to us immediately because it's operating from a subconscious memory. We repeated. We are the biggest beneficiary of that repetition then. Basic mathematics we can do in life. So, dear friends, thoughts produce neurotransmitters such as these chemicals like serotonin or cortisol. Serotonin, good chemical; cortisol, not necessarily great chemical when it comes to operating daily life. It's great to protect us from physical danger, but it's not necessarily great because it puts the body in an emergency mode. So depending on what kind of feelings that we have, negative thought, negative feelings, more cortisol, more of that feeling that we experience in the body, more of those thoughts happen. Our feelings drive significantly more thought of the same nature, so the thinking happens. Thinking drive feeling, feelings drive thinking. It's called thinking feeling loop. This is called that rumination or the mental rumination, which we cannot break out of it. So part of the reason of why our manifestation don't happen many times is because we are eternally in this thinking feeling loop on the negative side, and so then we continue to create a lot of negative reality. We think it is other people who are doing it for us. It's because of our thought, our feeling is attracting those experiences. The people around us are simply mere actors. They're showing up based on the feeling that you have. But we think they are the ones causing. And so we tell them, hey, you are the one, you're always like this. But in the statement, you're always like this, you're expressing that you want them to be like that. I should show up again the same way next time. Are you with me on this? This thinking, feeling loop has to be broken. Our meditation is breaking this loop. Now, how about breaking the loop meditation regularly? It breaks the loop, and so slowly helps us to forget the past. And so then, even though a body feels certain way, sadly, there is an awareness, and awareness is sort of helping you to move away from a negative thought. And so then you are making a change to slowly not fire a old memory which is not that great. And so then slowly that disappears. Neuroscience. What you don't fire, it disappears, it dissolves. Use it or lose it principles. Now, so with regular meditation, you are beginning a change. And what if you have actually start putting a newer program, a thoughts and feeling that are newer in a way that are constructive for you. And so that even if you have thoughts and feeling, they are more around things that you want as opposed to things that you don't want. One is to neutralize, and second is to actually put stuff out there that is important for you, more beneficial for you. This is where the whole visualization comes into picture. Visualization is intensely putting a lot of emotion into your subconscious. Subconscious mind has got this emotional brain. And so putting emotions associated with thoughts so that your experience is becoming, the memory is becoming even more stronger. Brain learns a lot more when it is feeling driven, when it is visual driven as opposed to textual driven, is a lot more learning. If it's feeling driven, a lot of context is there to store. That's why the feeling energy is, 100 times more powerful than simply thought energy. Thinking logically through cognitively is one thing, but then feeling associated with it and then put it together is a lot more powerful. So you are storing in your brain with a lot many circuits, and so you have a lot more ability to remember for longer. When you repeat it, it goes into a subconscious program because subconscious has got the long-term memory and then feeling centered together. So thoughts and feelings create reality. We need to change them. So then what thoughts to change? Patrizi, and then many people classify differently. Patrizi classified them into 4 types of thought. And we catch ourselves where we are. A disastrous thought, a negative thought, a positive thought, and a miraculous thought. A disastrous thought is, as the word tells, it is disastrous. You know, what is a disaster? You know, you're coming, everything comes to a halt. Disaster. Right? Everything comes to a halt. If you are one that you want to get into a relationship, now you've seen, you know, you've heard cases, you heard stories, and friends have told many things about and you've gone through, or your friends have gone through by going through their stories, where you get into a relationship, but the relationships are not holding on these days, you know, they're going away pretty quickly. And so then you're also, as you get a relationship, I don't know, this is going to definitely fail because, you know, none of my friends are able to hold on to relationships. I think this is going to be like that for me. It's going to fail utterly. If you use these words, and if this is how you go into the feeling, because you're so programmed, then we're setting ourselves up for disaster. You get into a relationship, then there's bound to break. Within 3 months, you're saying, hey guys, let's go through a divorce or break it. It could be anything. It could be in partnership, business partnership. You have so much mistrust before you get in and say how this partner, out of, you know, tactical requirement, you're trying to get into a partnership. But then, you know, you heard so many stories about these partners and say, yeah, they're just exploit and they cannot trust them. They're always, you know, do things. And this is how you go into a partnership with a disaster thing and saying, I don't know, so everything about them is not right, so things won't work. If you go with this way, that is disastrous thinking, it's going to break right there, right in the beginning. Even before you get into, let's say, a marriage or a partnership, before during the agreement itself, things are breaking, they completely gets, it's disastrous thinking. It stops right in the beginning. Negative thinking is that, yes, I know partnerships will be a lot of problems. I don't know how long I can go on to, but I have some strength. But, you know, yes, I see so many things, people around me, all my friends are struggling through these relationships. I thought business partnership is great to improve my business prospects, but then there are so many challenges that come. Constantly they're battling with, you know, how that fellow cutting prices, margins, this and that. It's a pain. I have to keep explaining to things to my partners. It's a pain. So many challenges are there. And this is a thought you have because every time you get through a challenge, then you continue to create a negative reality because you're thinking that way. Now you're going further. That relationship is working for longer. It's not like disastrously stopping in the beginning, but goes further. But somewhere, the negative thinking slowly does the partnership down. So maybe it's not in 3 months, but maybe it's 3 years, maybe it's for 10 years later, things don't work. You call it off. Now you look for somebody else. Negative thought gets you somewhere, but then still there is a failure. You get the picture now. Positive thought, miraculous thought. Positive, no problem. I know challenges are part of life. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to work through this. This I understand. I've seen my parents, you know, no matter what, they're able to sit through, figure this out. I'm also going to go through this. Yes, challenges will come, but I'll go through it. So you get through challenges, you face challenges, but you go through it. You navigate yourself. You're going positive. What you think is what you attract. Simple difference. Miraculous thinking is no matter what, my relationship is going to be totally different. It doesn't matter how my friends have been. It doesn't matter how my parents have been, my family has been. There's no family thing because me creating it through my current thought and feeling, forget my past, My future is going to be driven by me today, and I've got these great programs going, and I know I have got meditation. I'm going to visualize my great future. I have wonderful relationships here and all joyous things, multiplying experiences. And you do that, and then you are absolutely having experience after experience after experience. You're loving it. That's miraculous thinking. So we are there, and we can find ourselves in 4 states. Where do you find yourself in your thought process? And then, of course, we are very compartmentalized. Sometimes in a relationship, we are very negative. Sometimes on your work side, maybe you are very miraculous. But in a relationship, it's quite negative. Oh, it's very difficult for me, impossible. I don't have the skill. It's going to be a struggle for me. This is how we start with a relationship. It can be very, very disastrous there, but it can be very miraculous elsewhere. Right? But meditation, of course, is helping us to start understanding where am I? And then the moment you have awareness to know where you are, then you have the opportunity to change. But first we need to know that what to change to. A disastrous negative has to move towards positive and miraculous. If not miraculous, at least positive. What gets us to get to miraculous? Your increased understanding of life, your stronger understanding of the science of creation, the more study of it, and the more examples, more people that you study and say how they change their life and how they are able to create things into their life and what kind of thought process they have. You have to have that sangatya, satsang with many, many people who are driving their life through miraculous thinking. The more you are associated with them, the more you go into miraculous in nature. The less you're associated with miraculous people and then more with ordinary positive people, you'll have more positive thinking. Because also saying, they're also doing things that way. They're saying, hey, life will have challenges, just go through it. And then repeating that more often, then saying, hey, miraculously, you can be living a great life. What do they bring? It depends on what kind of association we have, what kind of books we read, where do we spend our time. But yes, we definitely can find ourselves into miraculous positive thinking as we meditate. So keeping that in mind, dear friends, visualization is to move into an elevated thinking by setting clear goals, something that inspires us, rather than leaving it to chance. And if you have some causes that are inspiring you, and then have some goals so you channelize your energy, and then you sort of reprogram your subconscious with programs that are going to help you to move into a new experience that really means something to you. Don't wish for a house just because your colleagues have houses and you feel you're going to miss out something if you didn't have one. It's great to be in rental houses and then experience so many different interiors if that's what it is. But then if you have clarity of why you want a house, not because your friends have it, because you really want to experience something out there, a great environment for children, a big parties and a celebration, a big beautiful garden, a nice meditation room for yourself, and so then you want to be there. So whatever that is, if you have some clarity, then dear friends, then you can visualize about it because you have a need for it. You don't have a need to simply asking for it, then you can't visualize. Visualization is living that future with a lot of feeling. As if the goals have happened. If you got your house today, if you got a promotion today, if your business grew to that 10x what you were looking for, you're able to acquire your funding today, do you have clarity of how you're going to utilize that thing that has come to you right now? Think of yourself right now. You're looking for something that's already there in you, with you. What clarity do you have from this moment to utilize that thing that is given to you? Do you have clarity? Do you know what step you're going to take? How is your life changing from tomorrow? Because you got it right now. It can be that simple. Things can be given to you just like that, provided you have clarity to take steps to utilize that thing difference. A lot of times we don't have clarity, and so things do not necessarily come to us because you are not able to handle what is given to you. You are a parent and you got 3 children, and each of them have different understanding of how to spend money. And some of them do not have a good understanding. Do you think you will simply give money to those who do not have understanding of how to spend money? Just like that, will you give? you know the answer. You won't give just like that when they don't understand the value of it in your view. And so give to those who are going to utilize greatly. Yeah, my daughter knows very well how to do, and so let me give her without any thinking. You give it to her because she has got clarity. You'll think twice, and then you'll try to see how to improve clarity to the other child before you give the same. You want to give though. The feeling is of giving. You want to give that to both. That's consciousness always wants to give, ready to give. The field is responding to those who have got more clarity. And it is waiting for those to gain more clarity so that they can get what they're looking for. Think of a perspective difference. When people lose job, they perhaps have become complacent in their job. Of course, they're creating a constant negative reality saying, I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose this job. Then there's simply a wish is honored. So you're just asking for it, it comes. But many times people don't have clarity. They lose a job because they're simply sitting without doing anything and okay, I'm going to office, coming back, going to office, coming back. Okay. Instead spending, energetic moments, you're simply just wasting there, not learning anything. And so the clarity is not there of what next and why I'm going. And so sometimes we find ourselves not having a job. And so then we'll actually get out or act right again and then get through and say, what should I do now? Okay, I've been there 10 years in this, maybe I should do something else. And so this is what makes us think. And so then we go into that contemplative and then find ourselves beautifully in another job. Gain clarity when you're finding yourself not having job. Meditation gives you a lot of clarity. Reading about what are my others' biographies and all these great books that I referred will give you more clarity of what should I navigate myself to for the next part of my life, rather than simply madly chasing one more job just because I lost a job. Visualizing regularly with deep feelings. And so what does it mean here? Visualizing means you're developing, we encourage people to develop a vision board with goals that really matter. You draw pictures on the vision board, something here that are there, and the different examples are there. Search for vision boards, right? There are different tools are there, but vision boards are where you're saying to declare to yourself what's important to you. My business growth, my promotion, my meditation practice, my I have a beautiful goal to read a lot of books to know more. And so if you have a goal and then you're just writing a little bit with a picture, put a picture. You want to write a book, you say, okay, my book, you see yourself, my book, New York Times bestseller, you write that there, right? My meditation teaching, and you write, and a lot of people there, you draw a picture, a lot of people there that are there, and then you are like, there in at a podium or whatever. You're teaching meditation to a lot of people, that's where you wish to be, right? My practice of counseling. So you draw a picture that sort of gives you an idea of what that is. So we are saying that when people start doing this work, they'll say, oh, I got 30 things. Can I do all 30 things? Sure, you can do 30 things. It's just that your energy is dissipated to 30 things. So we say, bring them to as few as possible on a vision board and then draw a few things in the beginning. Experiment first with small things to big things, a few things. Draw a few things. So a vision board helps you to navigate yourself to say, what is really important? And so put those first, prioritize. If I only have a year in my life, so what is important, right? And so when you put them, those things become your top priority. Put them on the board, draw a picture, search for vision boards, and then you see them. By the way, there is a course in our app called Elevate Your Energy. It's a manifestation program. It's a 15-hour program. Each of the sutras are explained in detail, and there's some practicals to go through, right? So you can go through that program after this week is finished, and you can enroll for it and then go through the full program of this 15 hours. So vision boards you draw, it's so that we have some things that are important to you, and then they're there with pictures so that every time you see them, and you stick it on your drawing board, your bedroom door, or your glass mirror in your bathroom. So every time you go there, you see the vision board. Whatever that makes you sort of see. The moment you see the vision board, sort of your memory must come alive and say, oh, these are my goals, this is where I'm going. And you draw pictures, you also draw You also construct a story about that picture, telling you New York Times bestseller, my book, New York Times bestseller. So now you got some experience you're seeking behind that picture. A goal is simply stating its end state, but then what experience that you're going to go through if that goal happened for you. Why do you want it to be a New York Times bestseller? Why not, just, be there in the stands? It gives you something. You thought being a New York Times bestseller, you will not many opportunities to go and speak in, let's say, in business conferences. That's why you want a New York Times bestseller. Don't simply wish because everybody's getting one. You need more opportunity. You're getting a lot of opportunity to speak in very, very conferences as you have your book, which is a bestseller on a specific topic. And so then that's your interest. So now imagine and visualize that you are in these conferences, you are being announced, and here is somebody who's got this book as a bestseller that is there, impacting so many lives. And so you are walking up there and giving a lecture about that topic. And so that's the reason you want the bestseller. Imagine and dream that you are telling your friends and they're giving you a great recognition. Your school is giving a recognition of you because you're so proud that that you made them. And so then you feel good about having the interaction with their old teachers and principals. Imagine if that's your important experience that you seek. It inspires you to have an award, and so you're realizing that that inspiration is making you do more. Imagine and visualize that. So the vision board is drawn with certain experience in your mind as you draw your pictures on it. As you draw the pictures, and then the picture is telling you what experience you're really seeking behind that vision and the goal that is happening to you. And so that you have a set of experience to visualize. And so visualization is this process where whenever you are quiet, whenever you are really calm, whenever you're joyful, that time you can simply step in to do this visualization process. You're affirming your goal. Okay, so I'm receiving this New York Times bestseller status for my book. That's your affirmation of the goal. Then you're saying, imagine and dream of your future. If that happened for you, then what experience you have? Experience is that yes, your alumni has recognized you. Your school principal is saying many things, and they put up a board in their school and say, here is somebody from our school student and has made us proud. There is something out there. Your company is sending a circular and then you're invited for conferences. So to visualize all these experiences when you're quiet, when you're happy, joyful states, when you're clearer, your mind is not distracted. In those states, you can simply sit down and then visualize experience after experience after experience. But this is the process. You affirm the goal and then visualizing experience after experience as if you're living that future right now. And do that for a few minutes, maybe 5, 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes of visualization process is great. You do that together and you do that by yourself, happily living that future. Forget everything. And if you're calmer and quieter, then negative thoughts won't come, making you disbelieve the process because it keeps coming in. Just sitting here visualizing, is it really going to happen? The doubt will come in. This is where meditation helps. If you're a regular meditator, you have awareness, even if the doubt is there, it goes away. But the more you are going into a regular meditation, more positive, more right books you read, more biographies you read, and the more you go into positive territory, the doubt doesn't come in. And so then you are visualizing beautifully without doubt, without uncertainty, and then you are going into a visualization process for a segment of 10 minutes, 15 minutes without distractions. So visualization is visualizing those future feelings, experiences as if they're happening to you right now. Clearly imagining vividly people, places, things, where are you? What kind of furniture? How are you doing this? You have clarity, then you can go into that level of detail. If you don't have a level of detail, then be open to experience that can come anytime, anyway. You're imagining a beautiful meeting happening where you're empowered to tell people. If you imagine it's in a great setting in a beautiful office, you get that. Instead, if you just imagine a meeting, maybe it's going to happen in your clubhouse. That is, their meeting happening in there, not necessarily great environment, but still good because your imagination, if it goes specific, you get specific. If you are a little bit high level, you get that, right? Whatever that is. So, first of all, understand, dear friends, visualization moving ourselves into a positive and miraculous thinking. And then we do this by setting goals that are really important for you. When they are important for you, then constantly you are sort of navigating yourself towards that. Because if you're passionate about something, of course you're going to be interested in about it. You can visualize greatly. There won't be a limit. When you're passionate about bird watching, and I've seen some people, they take 10, 15 days vacation time. They'll go to, I used to have my CTO, the CIO in previous company, Sanofi. And he used to go take every year an annual 10, 15 days. He'll go to, where is that place near Delhi? And he's going near to the Uttarakhand. That park, Jim Corbett National Park, and they go on safari jeeps, and then they go in the night, in the middle of the night. They'll stand there and watching for things to come, animals to come, birds to show up. Hours and hours they can stand because that you're passionate about. You're passionate about things you'll do beyond what habit and passion are different. Habit is just filling up your free time. Passion is you create time and then you do things for it. You do anything. You go to any extent. And I look for people when they have passion, then I look to hire them because they are ready to do things beautifully. Okay. So dear friends, when you are writing goals that are really important for you, you become passionate about it. That means you can drive yourself into a higher emotion feeling. You'll do anything to get more clarity about it. So the more clarity you have, more power to visualize and dream is there, more feeling you are there. The more feeling you have in your visualization, dear friend, the more you're taking into subconscious programs. And so after a few days of this, then slowly, your new state is that by default you think this is happening to you. You don't doubt it. It's a matter of fact, it is coming to you. When you're into that state, then you start attracting things. So thank you very much. So visualization is setting goals and then thinking about the future. So when do you do it? We have meditations called manifestation meditation. So normally we do everyday's meditation the way we are doing today. For example, heart elevation, breath meditation. Then after that, we introduce a segment called visualization. So until the empty mind state, you're empty. You're not visualizing, you're not thinking, you're not intending, you're not affirming nothing, you're empty. Now, at the end of the emptiness meditation segment, you are now clearly there. You are very, very clear of your thought. You're very calm. Nothing is bothering you. You're in a joyful state. That's a great time to visualize 10 minutes of visualization of a future. That's why we include that as part of the meditation. To visualize greatly, where you're actively with your mind. Your emptiness ended. Now you're visualizing greatly, act with your mind and your feeling center, imagining, feeling, and then you're going to express a gratitude. So this is called manifestation meditation. We'll practice it. And this coming Sunday, we'll do it a long meditation. And then maybe during the week, if it helps us to do it, we will do a visualization segment during this in a 40 minute or 45 minutes. We'll see. But definitely, it requires a little more time. So we're going to do this on a Sunday, manifestation meditation. All right, friends. So the books around these concepts are, of course, the same books that we already referred to you. You're the Placebo is a great book to read. Biology of Belief is a great book to read. Shakti Gaivan has written a book called Creative Visualization that can help. It's not in the recommended books that can help. And many more. The Secret will help you. Van Daya, Power of Intentions. And many more books that are there which are sort of helping you to go into visualizing your future. And we have one of our partners who is Purple Forest, has created some beautiful manifestation journals that are helping you to draw vision boards and then sort of document your thoughts about your things how things are happening to you. So that can also be handy to look for some manifestation journals to journal things. Okay. So more of this as we go along, dear friends. So thank you for joining. And Latha Madam, any announcements today?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the wonderful manifestation session, sir. And we have announcement. We do have a book club, The Book of Children by Osho. And this book club we have 2 times, which is on Wednesday morning, 8:15 to 9:15 IST. and Wednesday evening 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. And morning session was hosted by Valli Devi Prabhu and Srinivas Reddy. And the evening session is hosting by Prasad BT and Nisha Ramachandran. Friends, any session, if you can attend to the book club, that will be helpful for you and you will get benefited with that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Somebody can write the book name that I've talked about. People are asking for it in the chat. But on day 4 of this program, or day 5, we sent a list of books. In case some of you have not looked at them, so please go back and look at the wisdom note of the day. And in those, there are a few books that are already manifestation related, like the You Are the Placebo, Bios of Belief. And then I've said a couple of more names here. Power of Intention by Van Dyer, Creative Realization by Shakti Gaivan. Okay. The Secret is also a good book to read around this. And the Law of Attraction by Esther Hicks, Jerry Hicks. There are some books that you can sort of understand, expand your concepts about this whole manifestation visualization. Right. Thank you all. So it's great to be here. I'll see you all tomorrow again. Thank you.
Sometimes I'm not sure who I am, or even if I'm where I'm supposed to be. Grateful for all of my memories, starting to feel like I need new air. Today isn't my forever. I'm always changing for the
Namaste, dear friends and masters. Welcome to the batch 3 of Program Yogam. For the session, it is 18, I believe. Yes. So, very, again, interesting, fascinating topic. It's all about dreaming. And I just would like to quote Dr. APJ Kalam. He once said that dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that doesn't let you sleep. Yes, visualization, creative visualization is certainly a very powerful technique and interesting as well. Easy to implement in our life. Yes, it's day 17. Thank you for correcting me, Rija. Thank you. Yes, dear friends and masters, now platform is open. Kindly do share your thoughts, ask any question, or share your experience, how you have been feeling. It is day 17. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bhamidi Prasad. Yes.
Namaste, madam.
Namaste, sir. Good to see you.
Thank you. I feel also. Madam, actually, my question is, these book clubs actually, we are missing, madam. I have very intention to attend, but I'm missing sometimes. Can we have recordings of book clubs?
Actually, sir, book clubs are meant for live interaction, but so it's better you attend. We have 2 sessions now, in the morning and evening, but I believe in the app you can download Buddha CO app and then you can go through. Now,
at least, actually, I prefer live only, but
yes.
instead of this class, that book club we are generally forget the timings. That's the problem. Days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ma'am.
Monday and Wednesday, sir.
And
But,
that too, I'm
actually-
attending at late hours.
Yeah, actually, this
Late
is a
hours?
batch. No, not later. It's 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST evening.
No. My problem is I'm attending at the late night at 9:30 session. So by the time I attend, already class over. That's the problem.
And there are, if you are part of WhatsApp groups, sir, then you can get the reminders. You can go through the reminders. Otherwise, yes, in batch 1 and batch 2, at least there are reminders. But yes, in batch 3 already it is over. Reminder was still here, but it was over.
So Monday, Wednesday, evening 8 to 9. Like that I remember.
8 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the morning, 8:15 a.m. to 9:15 p.m.
8 to 9:15 p.m. morning. Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah, same
I
topics,
try to remember.
same book, same topics by different facilitators. So as to get a maximum number of people, because morning time may not be suitable for all the people, and
That's why evening we prefer evening. That's why I'm asking. Okay.
evening time may not be suitable for all the people. So both ways it's fine. No, sir, you must make use of this opportunity. Yes.
That's why I'm actually, before joining meditation itself, I was very fond of reading. Since my childhood, I have the fond of reading. Now this is giving me a boost. So I don't want to miss even one session. But practically, this regular session I'm attending, but book club somehow it is going out of my way. That's why I wanted to know like this.
I'm sure book facilitators will also take note of your presence because you are an active participant.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for your observation.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, madam. Now onwards, I'll stick to my decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, anyone else? No question, no sharing so far. There is no question in chat box also. Anyone would like to share your manifestation experience or something like that of how you attained your goal while using the technique of visualization? If anybody is here, do kindly share, as it will benefit each one here.
Madam, I want to share one thing.
Sure, sir.
Shall
Sure, sir.
Actually, recently this AMR took place in last week of May in the Bangalore. AMR.
Yes.
Before 1 month, actually, once I saw that ad, somehow I thought of, actually for the past 3 years, I have been thinking of, but this time somehow I thought that I must go. Like that, I have decided, you believe it or not, one day, when King Bath coming out, there is some voice inside me that he will do that. I don't know how it came. Clearly, I had the voice. Then automatically situation happened like that. Actually, my mother-in-law is getting treatment for her cancer treatment. And after her final taking some diagnosis, everything, she wanted to go to Bangalore to take rest for some days at her second daughter. My wife is first daughter. So how the date of journey plane is 22nd May, I have taken her to drop there. And from 23rd, the class stopped. So immediately I decided that this is the time universe gave me chance. So immediately I make a remedy accordingly. So I think this is also a part of manifestation. And I utilized
You were there? You were there? You had
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, I attended. Maximum benefit. I got 10 hours of pyramid meditation experience. That's why really I'm very eager to have second AMR. That much powerful it is. I enjoyed very much. Even at night time, I wanted to utilize up to 10:30 to see the pyramid and also King's Chamber in a more powerful. Where my experience is, once I sat in the King's Chamber, second 2 times I did meditation there. For first time half an hour, another time 1 hour. Both times after starting and I am entering meditation process within say 10-15 minutes, my body vibrated like anything, left to right to left. Generally, I don't get any experiences during meditation, but I'm getting the result of meditation. But there, I felt that my body moved left to right to left 2 times. First time also, second time also. After starting meditation for 10-15 minutes, there was some vibration in my body. So I thought that is the powerful energy of that pyramid and that too on King's Chamber, because more energy is concentrated in that place now. So I felt its presence that I want to share.
Amazing sharing, sir. It was direct manifestation, and that was also just got fulfilled in a very short span of time.
That's a miracle. Actually, ma'am, very calm there, as if it's a soundproof theater. No sound at all in that pyramid. Really, I was not feeling go out of that pyramid. Even for dinner like that, I was not in any mood to take. Very fast, I was taking some courage and running to the pyramid. That was my intention, because we have to make the best use of it. Every time we can't go that much distance. So meanwhile, my health also got disturbed. But Sir told me that some stomach problem. He told me that because of the chakra you did in the pyramid, some blocks were removed. That's why you got. Still, in spite of that, I took my benefit of the sessions, and I'm very fortunate, and I'm very happy also. So that's why I'm more eager to know. I have to increase my meditation. And actually, my intention is to get rid of all my health ailments, and also to teach all the students in our vicinity, because more of students are nowadays getting stress. The stress, to remove the stress. Okay, for elders, somehow you can manage, but the student, they are unaware of this, and many students are committing suicides in our places because of the stress, because they are aimed for engineering or MBBS. Once they are facing the stress, they are unable to cope with the stress and committing suicides. So that it is really, it's moving me very much. So I'm thinking that somehow I have to go there and teach them how to meditate, so that at least I could save at least some people, and it will spread like anything. Once we start, I hope it will spread like anything, and that is my ambition, intention, and I will do that, and I will share that experience also. That's my intention.
Yes, so beautiful, sir. Thank you for your amazing sharing, and certainly these kind of retreats, physical retreats,
yes,
are very important to attend.
Nearly Pyramid Valley International, very much actually shared after coming. I missed 1 week session. This before this Telugu classes were going there. 1 week I missed it because of the return. But soon after coming there, I joined the session and expressed to friends that please don't leave that AMR, because it is a life-changing experience. Certain things we can't explain. Say, suppose Balaji Darshan Tirumala, you can see through the TV also. But actually going to Tirumala is different from viewing the Balaji through TV. That much difference is there in the Pyramid Valley International and regular online courses. That is not that I'm not underestimating this regular class. This gives boosting, but that is it gives a real experience. So that's why I told my participants, please don't miss the chance. Next time, everybody should go there and enjoy the benefits. That's the thing.
Can't agree more. Well, because some kind of healing takes place at such places. Some kind of, I always say, some kind of internal shift is always there. I had
everything, and added to that, what actually I was moved is the beautiful nature. I am in nature lovers from the very beginning. Even that moon I see, I sit for hours like a child. From the very beginning, I have even a tree I feel very much. And that Pyramid Valley International, so much trees and that environment really I enjoy like anything, ma'am. I felt like I am in the forest and I didn't mean to leave that place at all. But what to do? You had to get what to say. Amrita get only in a small quantity. Can't get like bhojan. So at least I got that experience. For that, I'm grateful to the universe and also Buddha CEO. That's my interest. Thank
You
you,
have
man.
covered all the points, sir. You revel in nature, you are out of your mundane routine, your environment, everything, and then pyramid energy, everything, and just a must. And thank you so much, sir, for sharing such amazing experience.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Radhamani Hamesh Kumar, sir. Are we interfering into our karma while manifesting? Because through the meditation, we burn our karma, going into the path of enlightenment. In manifestation, desire come into place. That's why I have this doubt. Please clarify. Thank you, sir, for asking this question. Having desire is very natural, sir, and nothing wrong. In fact, if we are humans, it comes natural to us. But yes, attachment with desire is not correct. So what is wrong is attachment to desires. And regarding this thing, I also used to think that surrender process is quite natural. Why should I manifest? I should surrender to the life force, and whichever way it will take me, I will go along with that. But after hearing so many times and attending many sessions, I just started believing. I started exploring myself. Then I was convinced that yes, it is a technique, and why not make use of it in our day-to-day life? It certainly enhances the quality of our life, and by default also we are thinking something, we are dreaming of something. Our feelings and thoughts are not aligned, and that may be the case here. Using that technique, we are just align our thoughts and feelings, and that's why things are getting manifested. Because total surrenderness without explicitly asking anything is correct. In fact, manifestation is also correct, and total surrenderness is also correct. So spirituality is, you can say, all about living with paradoxes. We need to know when to use what. So based on our growth or evolution, you can say, we can use combination of both, or some to the extreme amount of total surrenderness only, while some may do extreme amount of manifestation. So both will total acceptance on the outcomes. Acceptance is the common key in both cases. So an enlightened person knows when to use what is needed at that point of time. This is my observation. I hope I am able to answer your question.
Ma'am, can I just share my experience?
Sure.
So I actually been meditating for a few years now. I started in 2020. So when I started meditating in the initial years, I actually manifested a small thing. The example of a manifestation was I wanted like my mother to come to a shop with me instead of my father, because I'm scared of my father. But that previous night, I didn't know it was manifestation at all. I didn't know any information about manifestation or anything. So what would happen was, when I slept at night, I actually like consciously thinking, I really want my mom to come. I really want my mom to come. And the next morning, it actually happened. My father did not come. The next morning, my mom actually came with me instead of my father. So that was one little example of manifestation that actually happened to me in the initial stages. So that was one example. Another thing I wanted to say was after I started meditating, I realized that your thoughts actually really matter in the way you perceive the world, or the way you think it actually happens. Once I changed my thinking, or you change your mindset, your the way you look at things changes. So I realized that with my thoughts also, because once I think of something, it actually happens. Like, but you need to have the feeling. Sometimes it did not work, sometimes it did work. I realized that you need to have the feeling, not just the intention also. So that's what I realized also. But yeah, many things I have thought, like going traveling, going on holidays, it actually did happen. I went to so many different places. I went to India, I went to like Turkey, I went to all these different places, and it actually happened because I actually wanted to happen. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, so I believe that manifestation it does work. It's just you need to use it correctly in a correct technique, which is what. But I have tried not visualization board, but I've tried mind movies. I tried that, but some part of it has worked, some part of it has not worked for me. But I think I have to keep updating it and keep looking at it to work, I think. But I'll try visualization board also. I will try that and see what happens. That's what I wanted to say.
Awesome. You are doing great, I believe. Yes, this is all we do. We just keep exploring, we just keep experimenting, and yes, it works, because as I had said, I was quite apprehensive. Oh, why not? Things are going. Then come to think of it, what we do when we go to temple, or in our home temple also, always we are just offering some kind of prayer, and when it gets fulfilled, then we offer some kind of prasad or whatever. Yes, we will offer something like that. So that is here you are just making use of that thing. You have already achieved it. So it's a technique, basically. It's a technique to.
I think it's also the wording also, because you can't say I wish for it. You have to actually want it. So I want this. That's what I realized later when Sir was saying in the session. He was like, no, don't wish for it. You have to want it to make it happen. I realized that.
Exactly. Ask, believe, and receive. And moreover, one more point I would like to add in regard to Radha Manisa's question. Moreover, as we say, this, whatever wish or goal we are setting in, it should not be against the natural law of forces. I just remember very simple example of Patriji. In the initial stage, I had heard him. He had given this beautiful example. Ki mother should not tell ki you stand first in the class. Otherwise, it's better you secure full marks. So that's paving the way for others also to stand first. Can be many firsts. This is why this is what we call not interfering with the natural law of forces. So this was a very short and very simple example, but it had clicked. This is so.
Yeah, I think once you realize the impact, you realize that you want to come back to it, because it happened to me also. So I realized.
Yes. So yes, Radhamani sir, would you like to say something? Thank you, Megha. You have beautifully expressed, and I can see the young master in making. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Radhamani sir, would you like to say something?
You can unmute yourself.
Okay, then I would we can conclude the session with this quote by Dr. Joe Dispenza. The body doesn't know the difference between an experience and a thought. You can literally change your biology, chemistry, hormones, and genes simply by having an inner event. And inner event is this visualization. When you change your perception, you change the chemistry of your body. This is what Dr. Bruce Lipton is also saying. So yes, thoughts are incredibly powerful. Choose them wisely. At least what meditation does with practice of meditation, awareness comes in plenty. So we become aware at least of our thought pattern. And then when we become aware, then we can choose not to repeat the cycle. This is how we evolve. Okay. Okay, then I think. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining, dear friends and masters. See you tomorrow. Happy meditating. Keep meditating. Good night and good evening. Namaste.